Today, my friends and I will talk about the connection between mathematics and the Cartesian coordinate system. Mathematics is a discipline that studies the concepts of quantity, structure, change, space, and information. It is a kind of formal science from a certain perspective. Mathematics and philosophers have a series of views on the exact scope and definition of mathematics. In the development of human history and social life, mathematics also play an irreplaceable role and is an essential tool for study modern science and economics. The Cartesian coordinate system is the collective name of the Cartesian coordinate system and the oblique coordinate system. The two numerical axes intersecting at the origin constitute a plane radiating coordinate system. A Cartesian coordinate system with two axes perpendicular to each other is called a Cartesian coordinate system. Otherwise, it's called the Cartesian oblique coordinate system. And now let Helen to tell you about the connection between the supply and demand and economic in Cartesian coordinate system.
The supply and the demand relationship is the cornerstone of economics and reflects the relationship between the supply of goods and the price and the quantity of goods demand. To put it simply, the price of goods is high. The quantity of demand is small. The price of supply is low and the quantity of demand is large, vice versa. There's a game of power between supply and demand. When the demander decides whether to buy simply because of the price factor, the trading rule plays a leading role. The market segment at this time is in the stage of mass sales. In the relationship between supply and demand, the power of suppliers is strong, and the market is the leading role of suppliers. When the demander not only looks at the product price, but also looks at the product scale and other factors, it shows that the capital selected by the demander becomes stronger, and the selection opportunities in the market are increased. Demanders have stronger willingness to negotiate and chips. At this time, the relationship between supply and demand revised, and the market gradually turned to consumer-led.
Supply and demand are common economic concepts. Supply and demand as a common economic model often used in daily economic activities. The price supply and demand was first used by James Dehaene in his Equal into Principle of Economics, published in 1767. Demand is the desire of people to buy and be willing to buy product. In the case of controlling other variables, change in price may result in changes in demand. When the price of an item falls, its demand will rise. Therefore, demand and price are invariably related. Supply is the amount of something that firm, consumer, providers of finance access or other economic agents are willing to provide to the market price. Place in the case of controlling variables, price is a practical late supply.
Mathematics can be applied to resolve many economic problems. For instance, we can apply the linear equation to resolve the equilibrium points in supply and demand. For instance, the supply and demand relationship in the products of tomato can be explained by using the linear equation. As shown in the following x and y plane, the supply curve can be expressed by y equal to x, and demand curve can be expressed by y equal to minus x plus 25. Then we can resolve the equilibrium point in this case. which is y equal to x and y equal to minus x plus 25. The intersecting points will be the equilibrium point. Therefore, it should be x equal to x plus 25 to x equal to 25 and x equal to 12.5 and y equal to 12.5. It means that the company should produce 12.5 in quantity and they should be priced its product at $12.5. At this equilibrium point, the allocation of goods will be its most efficient because the amount of goods being supplied is exactly the same as the amount of goods being demanded.
The relationship between Cartesian coordinate system and demand function is that intercept, slope, horizon intercept. In the next video, I will show how to use mathematic knowledge such as Cartesian coordinate system to explain the elastic curve macroeconomic. In the figure, the linear demand curve intersects the ordinate and offset at 2 points A and B respectively, and it makes C can be any point on the demand curve. We can learn from the definition of elastic. It's a free measure of responsiveness on the quantity demand of a good to change in its price when all factors remain the same. The elastic of any point on a linear demand curve can be obtained by drawing the vertical line for that point to the price or quantity, equality to the formula that slope equal to negative A divided B. The demand curve is usually based on Cartesian coordinate system to price for longitudinal axis y. In demand for horizontal axis on a tile of the lower right, and the linear demand curve at central point of the price elastic of demand is equal to 1. And that part of demand price elastic is greater than 1, such as lecturers, and the following part of demand price elastic is less than 1, like normal good.